haven't even hit April yet and I'm already sweating. Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video we are going to be doing the 1001 books tag. Before I get into anything bookish, however, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below, as well as tell me in the comments, do you follow any bookish lists, and what are they? And how are you doing on them? Because I'm really curious. Yes, as I said, this is the 1001 book tag. I was tagged by Robin Reads, and I'll put a link to her video over here in the cards. However, I believe this was created by Miss Reads a Lot, and I'll put a link to her in the description down below. I believe this tag is based on the 1001's book list that many people have probably seen at some point in their life. So let's just hop right into the questions. First up, 1001 lists. Do you follow any book lists? Not really. Once upon a time, I was definitely super into those 100 books you should read in your lifetime, those Goodreads, this and this person reads these kind of books. I haven't done that kind of thing in quite some time. I especially pulled away from the 100 or 1001 books that you should read in your life, because oftentimes those are usually filled with classics. And while I can respect people who are classics readers, personally I am not. I don't think I've really ever given a classics book more than a 3.5 star. Okay, that's not necessarily true. Modern classics I've probably rated higher, but a lot of the older stuff, we don't get along, we don't mesh, goes over my head, I don't vibe with the writing style. So I just realized that I kind of need to give up on these lists, because 9 times out of 10, most of those books aren't going to get read, and if they are, I probably already have gotten to them. Oh, I also once upon a time made a promise to myself that I would eventually read all of the books that have been awarded on the Goodreads Choice Awards. Now that I am more in tune with the Goodreads community and the BookTube community, I'm aware that those lists are much more of a popularity challenge. Chances of those getting read also fairly small. Next question, 1001 books. Approximately how many physical books do you currently own? How many ebooks? So physically, I'm pretty sure I own 159 is what I have according to Storygraph, which I have been pretty good about keeping that updated. That's my guess. In terms of ebooks, I used to own more on my Nook, but that thing doesn't really work anymore. So this is a much smaller number, maybe 10 if you combine my Google Books, my Apple Books. No, that's not right. Probably more like 20 or 30 if you combine my Google Books, my Apple Books, and then my old Kindle. So yeah, like let's estimate 30 on the high side. Next question, 1001 books read. Approximately how many books have you read in your lifetime, and do you keep track? Well, books that I have marked as read on Goodreads, at this point, I think I've read 450 even, so that's really nice. That definitely is not every book I've read in my life, because let's be real here, once upon a time I did not update Goodreads at all. Probably like a nice section between 4th grade to sophomore year of high school. I did not consider tracking the books I read, even a little bit. Yeah, so that's definitely not every book I've read, but that being said, it's probably not far off. This freaking hair is driving me crazy. I need a haircut so bad. Next question, 1001 Arabian Nights. Have you read any stories from Arabian Nights? Do you have a favorite? If you haven't, do you want to? Nope. And I honestly don't really want to read this. As I was saying, classics and we don't really get along. Maybe at some point down the line I will change my mind and try this out. For the time being, unlikely. I knew you were gonna come in, so that's why I paused.
I know.
Yeah.
Didn't want to disappoint you.
Thank you. You're so weird.
My cameo.
Uh-huh. Love you, bye. Next question, 1001 flavors. Do you have a favorite food or flavor? Food? Thank you for asking. 100%, I am either a sushi or taco girl. Literally, give me either of them. I will never turn them down. It's just like unheard of. Any kind of taco too. That's like stuff that I don't really make myself. Things I do in fact make myself that are also absolutely my favorites is my grown-up grilled cheese. Grilled cheese made with brie, and I kind of alternate between apricot preserves or fig jam. Either way, It's absolutely delicious. Next question. 1001 pages. Have you read a book that is over 1001 pages? Is there one that you recommend and is worth the time? What's the longest book you have ever read? I can tell you right now, I have not, because big books scare me. I kept saying that I would eventually read The Count of Monte Cristo because I just thought that sounded like a classic that would actually be up my alley, but it's giant and I'm terrified. Not to mention it's also translated, so I don't know how well that would go anyway. In terms of the longest book I have ever read, I did not take the time to look it up, but chances are it's probably the 5th book in the Harry Potter series. Next question. 1001 buckets. Do you have a non-bookish bucket list? What is one thing on the list? I'll toss some things onto a Pinterest bucket list, but I'm not actually very good at following it. My best friend has one to visit every single national state park, and honestly, that one's really good. I might just steal that. Next question. 1001 numbers. Do you have a lucky number and is there a story behind it? I usually say my lucky number is 7. I don't really have a story for it. It's just, I like the number 7. Next question. 1001 authors. Do you have a favorite author and or genre? Oh, okay. Yeah. And it's funny because I think the last time I answered a question about my favorite authors, they were quite different. So obviously Dorinda Jones, this entire shelf is nothing but her work. Hafsa Faizal, also the only outward facing book right there is We Free the Stars. I will buy anything that woman puts out into the universe. Finally, I would probably say TJ Klune. I think he is the next author that I've probably read the most from and plan to read even more from. In terms of genres, I definitely would say fantasy, romance, and like mystery thrillers. I can't just pick one. It doesn't work. It never works. I'm too indecisive. Next question. 1001 activities. Do you have a favorite outdoor activity? Kind of falling in line with visiting all those national state parks, I really enjoy just walking around outside. I've gotten a lot more into hiking since Josh and I have started dating. We go into a lot more off-roading situations that I usually wouldn't do. I like to stick to the paved paths, but since dating him, I've gotten a little more adventurous. We went camping last year and I am hoping we can probably try and go at some point this year. Maybe not in the middle of June because holy crap, it was really hot, but that would be fun. Final question. 10 plus 1 friends. Tag some friends. I did not think to do this ahead of time, so I will tag some people in the description down below. Okay, y'all, so that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. I have all my socials linked in the description if you're interested in keeping up with what I am reading. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!